Muhammad Ali, born Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. January 17, 1942 – June 3, 2016, was an American professional boxer and activist. Nicknamed the Greatest, he is widely regarded as one of the most significant and celebrated sports figures of the 20th century, and is frequently ranked as the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time. 5, 6, 7. In 1999, he was named Sportsman of the Century by Sports Illustrated and the Sports Personality of the Century by the BBC. Born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky, he began training as an amateur boxer at age 12. At 18, he won a gold medal in the light heavyweight division at the 1960 Summer Olympics and turned professional later that year. He became a Muslim after 1961. He won the World Heavyweight Championship from Sonny Liston in a major upset on February 25, 1964, at age 22. Also that year, he renounced his birth name as a slave name, and formally became known as Muhammad Ali. In 1966, Ali refused to be drafted into the military owing to his religious beliefs and ethical opposition to the Vietnam War, 8-9, and was found guilty of draft evasion and stripped of his boxing titles. He stayed out of prison while appealing the decision to the Supreme Court, where his conviction was overturned in 1971. However, he had not fought for nearly 4 years by this point and had lost a period of peak performance as an athlete. 10. Ali's actions as a conscientious objector to the Vietnam War made him an icon for the larger 1960s counterculture generation. 11, 12, and he was a very high-profile figure of racial pride for African Americans during the civil rights movement and throughout his career. 8. As a Muslim, Ali was initially affiliated with Elijah Muhammad's Nation of Islam, NOI. He later disavowed the NOI, adhering to Sunni Islam, and supported racial integration like his former mentor Malcolm X. He fought in several historic boxing matches, such as his highly publicized fights with Sonny Liston, Joe Frazier, including the Fight of the Century, the biggest boxing event up until then. 13. The Thrilla in Manila, and his fight with George Foreman in the Rumble in the Jungle. 14, 15, Ali thrived in the spotlight at a time when many boxers let their managers do the talking, and he became renowned for his provocative and outlandish persona. 16, 17, 18, he was known for trash talking, and often freestyled with rhyme schemes and spoken word poetry incorporating elements of hip-hop. 19, 20, 21, and often predicted in which round he would knock out his opponent. Outside boxing, Ali attained success as a spoken word artist, releasing 2 studio albums, I Am the Greatest. 1963, and The Adventures of Ali and His Gang vs. Mr. Tooth Decay, 1976. Both albums received Grammy Award nominations. 21, he also featured as an actor and writer, releasing 2 autobiographies. Ali retired from boxing in 1981 and focused on religion, philanthropy and activism. In 1984, he made public his diagnosis of Parkinson's syndrome, which some reports attributed to boxing-related injuries. 22, though he and his specialist physicians disputed this. 23, he remained an active public figure globally, but in his later years made fewer public appearances as his condition worsened, and he was cared for by his family. Ali died on June 3, 2016. Early life and amateur. Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. Was born on January 17, 1942, in Louisville, Kentucky. 24, he had one brother. He was named after his father, Cassius Marcellus Clay Sr., who had a sister and 4 brothers 25-26, and who himself was named in honor of the 19th-century Republican politician and staunch abolitionist Cassius Marcellus Clay, also from the state of Kentucky. Clay's father's paternal grandparents were John Clay and Sally Ann Clay, Clay's sister Eve.